Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This morning we're going to be doing something a bit differently, and for those of you who have been with me for a very long time or from the start of my channel, you all would know that most of my channel is surrounded by cooking and things that I do with my family. And recently I basically started showing you all a bit more of what I do for work, so beauty related stuff. However, I still want to maintain my channel being shown where I do cooking recipes, as well as when I showcase things that I do with my family. So of course the holiday season is coming, and I usually make pastel for orders that I have for persons. So persons would order chicken pastel, beef pastel from me. I do not do pork of anything, so y'all are not gonna see anything pork related on my channel whatsoever. So in preparation for me doing pastel for the month of November and December, I have to start by burning leaves. Now this is just gonna be one of many, because I still have a lot more leaves to go pick and burn, but I did get some over the weekend, and of course they cannot remain uncut from a tree, otherwise they will wither. So I'm gonna start by burning the leaf. So this process is fairly simple, and by the stove, I'm gonna put on the stove, so it's gonna be an open flame that we're going to use to burn this fig leaf, right? And these are banana leaves. For those who may not know, these are banana leaves, and these are what we use in Trinidad. Together with, I wrap mine in foil also. So the main wrapping tool is the banana leaves, and then I wrap it in foil and store it, well, cook it and then store it in the freezer. So pastel is something that I absolutely love, and I get a lot of orders for pastels for the month of November and December. So I'm gonna start by burning these leaves so that it's much easier to prepare, or I don't have to worry about preparing banana leaves for pastel. Hey there, future new friend. Hello, how are you? Lacerations hidden behind lace. Hi. So today we're just talking about how I'm going to prepare these banana leaves for pastel. Pastel is a dish that we make in the Caribbean during the December holiday month, and I usually get a lot of orders for pastel. So I have to start preparing my leaves from now, because I am gonna start making pastel pretty soon, and I do think I want to bring you all along on that journey. So I'll probably do a live when I am making pastel at some point. But pastel is usually a very lengthy process. Where did you find a banana leaf? We have a lot of them in the Caribbean. Wait, can you eat banana leaves? I don't know, I don't eat them. However, what I do with them is, when I make pastel, so pastel is made with cornmeal flour and either minced beef or minced chicken, right? You all could find a full recipe on my channel of how to make pastel. But what we do is we wrap the pastel in the banana leaves and then wrap it in foil, and then steam it, and it can cook. I don't know who is that, so I'm just going to hit it a timeout for a bit, right? Yeah, so what I do is, I am not his wife, I am married somewhere else. Yeah, so what we do is we wrap the pastel in the banana leaves and then cook it. So in order to wrap the pastel in the banana leaf, what you have to do is you have to soften the banana leaf so that it's easy to bend and wrap. right? So that is what I'm going to show you all, what I'm going to be doing here today, right? So I am on my stove here, and this is going to be an open flame situation here, right? So we have our stove on. I don't know who's that. Right, so just gonna put the leaf over the flame, and when the leaf starts turning like the darker color is when your leaf is going to actually become much softer. So let me see if I can turn it on this side for you all to see. So I'm just gonna do this throughout the entire leaf to soften it up. And this is gonna make it easier to bend and fold the leaf when we are making pastel. There are gonna be some dry spots, which is going to get a little bit on the brown slide like this, but they're gonna be easily broken off, right? And this already is completed, and as you can see, it's able to bend and fold very easily, which is what we want, right? So I have a ton of leaves here to do. Well, not that much, because I would have done a lot more in the past. And pastel is essentially a Caribbean dish that we make here with cornmeal. A lot of them I did kind of leave them a bit long when I picked them, so it is much drier than it normally is, but it can still be used. Oops. It could still be used. So I'm not sure if you could see where the leaf is kind of like bending on its own. It's going to open out because of the flame. I'm not going to do this side too much. So this is not the usual get ready with me on our mornings because the baby's still asleep. So I have been trying to burn these leaves since I picked them. And I can't wait another day to get them burnt. Otherwise they are gonna totally dry out on me, and then it's not gonna be of any use anymore. So I have to take care of them today. So hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Sharice, and on my channel I would showcase Caribbean dishes, or how we prepare different Caribbean dishes in the Caribbean, and just my life as a wife and as a mom. Things that I do for my family, things that we do together as a family actually. So that is basically what I do here on my channel. And of recent, I've been showcasing some of my get-readies with me, how I prepare myself on a morning, with probably sometimes just doing my hair or a light, simple makeup. As well as some of my clients have actually gave me the okay to, you know, record some of our processes, because I am a beautician, so I do hair and makeup. Braids, natural hairstyles, you name it, I do it. So that is what I would usually showcase on my channel these days. So if that is your type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to get this part here that's folding to kind of unravel, but I guess it's not working out. So let me know if you know about Pastel, where you are from. So I have another long one here. This is just one step of that pastel making process, but I'm not making pastel today. However, I like to burn my leaf first before I make pastel. So burning my leaf and making pastel does not happen in the same day. I usually burn my leaf like 2 days before, or sometimes a week before, depending on how early I do happen to get leaf. Right? And you see the leaf is able to fold very easily, as opposed to when you just simply pick it off the tree. It isn't too much of a tedious process, because what I tend to do is I tend to strip the leaves from the stem when I pick it, so that it's much easier for me to handle. So yeah, I do plan to go live with you guys when I am making pastel. Pastel is kind of like a whole day process. So it takes, I usually do between 4 to 5 dozens of pastel per day. So that's a lengthy process with the cooking. No, I'm not trying to set my house on fire. I'm burning. In the Caribbean here, Trinidad specifically, because I am from Trinidad, so I can talk about what we do here in Trinidad. We make pastel during the December month, and it is a Caribbean dish, so it's not only a Trinidad dish, but other Caribbean islands do make it as well. It is a dish that is made with cornmeal and minced beef or minced chicken, right? And what we do is, I'm from Thailand. Okay, nice. What we do here is we use the banana leaves to wrap the pastel in it, and that in itself gives it flavor. So I am actually burning the banana leaves because the banana leaves has to be soft in order for me to bend it and fold it how I need it to, right? So I have to burn the banana leaves over an open flame in order to achieve that easily bending type of feel, right? So like I said, pastel is kind of like a whole day process, because for me, I do it alone. Hi, I'm from Antarctica. Very nice to have Antarctica here with me. So it's a whole day process with making pastel, so I just try to minimize my time. Sorry, Australia. Oh, so I try to minimize the length of time that I spend to cook or to make the pastel and wrap and fold and stuff. How to help? Do you live in the cold area, bro? Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That is crazy. It's a cooking technique. So this was over the open flame, and I'll show you. It's very easy to bend, and you can fold the leaf in different directions, right? Versus, I'm gonna use one. This one, the younger leaves, the younger banana leaves are very easy to bend. However, the harder ones are much more stiff. If I try to bend it this way, it's gonna break, and I don't want it to break. So I am going to burn it. Like that. And this can now easily bend how I need it to without breaking. So that is what the open flame does. I do have these little pieces. So yeah, it might seem a bit outrageous because it's not. It's a thing that we do here in the Caribbean. It's a technique of cooking. So yeah. And I'm almost finished with this. I do have some chicken to clean and season, so I can probably stay live with you guys while I do that. Normally this usually takes me an hour, but I just realized that it isn't that much leaf that I have here to burn today, so it's not gonna be a lengthy process with this per se. So what I will do is I still have chicken to clean that I have that is completely thawed out, some chicken leg and thighs, so I will take you guys along to do that if you all are interested, because I am actually complete counter and just sort of organize the leaves that we burnt already. Some of them are a bit crispy and I will have to, they have to cool down before I put them in bags, and then I'm gonna store them in the deep freeze. So that is what I would usually do when I'm making pastel. I would burn the leaf like a week before, and you can either store it in the fridge. However, when you store it in the fridge, you can only store it in the fridge for like 2 to 3 days so that it doesn't get mold or mildew, because now it's sort of cooked, which means it can get mold or mildew, and you don't want to have that happening on you. You are simply going to put it in your freezer, and that's it. But that is how I prepare my leaves for pastel. So if I have anyone on here that's from the Caribbean, y'all could probably help pitch in and edify the persons that has no idea what I'm talking about, especially if you do pastel where you are from. So my pastel leaves are completed, but this is probably just gonna give me, so you see the leaves have changed the color as it has cooked. It's no longer one shade of green. It has dark green areas, it has light green areas, and yeah, so these leaves are, you can say, cooked, right? Now I actually have to go clean some chicken. Oh, pastel leaf on my face. I have to go clean some chicken, so I'm gonna take you all along with me with that. I do have to wash out some dishes first because I just sent my husband to work and my son to school, so I have to clean up the sink area before we get into cleaning chicken, of course. So I'm gonna carry you all along by the sink, right? 1 second. And I have a few things to clean up here by the sink, and then I'm gonna clean some chicken, right? So I would have prepared lunch and breakfast this morning already, and that is why my sink is the way it is, because I was actually up at 3:30 with my husband. So we got up, we spoke and stuff, and then made his lunch and stuff for breakfast. Well, his lunch and his breakfast to carry to work. So I have to clean up here before I even get into cleaning chicken. So how are you all doing today? I know it's not for those of you who are on with me for my usual lives, this is not the usual live that I do. I would usually do get ready with me combing my hair, etc, etc, but the baby is still sleeping, and I have some things to really take care of in the kitchen before he wakes up. So that's what we're doing. Yes, Trini. Yes, big man. I am Trinidadian, and I live in Trinidad. So yeah. So I was just telling, have a blessed day. Thank you, Dina. Same to you. Yeah, I was just telling them because I was preparing fig leaf before. So if you know anything about Trinidad persons, we like to make pastel in the upcoming months for the holiday season. But for me, I usually supply it to persons celebrating. So persons usually order their pastel from me from November. Nice, make some pepper sauce. I actually have to make, so I've never made pepper sauce on my page before. Yeah, I will probably do that sometime. I'll probably share a recipe with you guys sometime. Yeah, I love pepper sauce. Usually my granny makes pepper sauce and gives to me, but I also know how to do it, so I can actually show you guys how to do it for those who may not have an idea. Alright. Yeah, so just kind of cleaning up my sink area. I don't like to have waste in the sink when I'm making when I'm cleaning chicken. Hi mama. My daughter is here in the kitchen with me also. Right, so I have some leg and thighs to see about. Excuse me. So I'm gonna take out this big bowl. You want to say hi? Say hi. Alright. That's my daughter there. And I like to clean and season chicken in advance before cooking it. So like yesterday I cleaned I seasoned some chicken and I baked some chicken later on in the day, and I actually have some chicken to stew sometime today. But this chicken needs to clean first. So I'm just removing the skin off of the chicken, and I'm gonna separate that. Now thighs I like to take off the excess fat, because especially preparing it for my husband, I don't like to give him the fatty part of the meat whatsoever. I don't even like it either. So I don't like to give it to him. That's on the skin, unless I'm frying chicken. That's the only time that I would usually use the skin. Alright, so I'm just cleaning it off. And I'm gonna season it, and I'm gonna bag it and put it in the deep freeze. Alright, I like to punch some holes in it also. Put that in some water. When I've finished putting probably like about 10 leg and thighs, because these are the leg and thighs, I am going to put some vinegar. I do not have limes with me, but I would usually wash my chicken with lime and vinegar, but I don't have any lime, so I'm just gonna be washing it with vinegar. Alright, I like to remove these skins, because usually when I bake it, The holes are so that the seasoning can penetrate the chicken, right? That is what that is for. So that especially when I'm baking chicken, I really like the seasoning to get into the chicken. I don't have any right now, and it's raining, so I don't have a tree. I don't have a tree where I live, well, on my compound per se. So yeah, I don't have lime. But yeah, I would normally use lime to clean my chicken. So I'm gonna be using some vinegar, and that's why I like to have limes on hand, because it really helps. It helps cut the freshness by a lot, but the vinegar does a great job. The vinegar does a great job. But yeah, the holes are really so that the salt and the seasoning could penetrate the chicken and get into it and really flavor it. Alright? So I would usually clean this chicken, and this chicken is what I would bake for my husband. He is more on the healthier side. I eat healthy foods to the children and I, but like for him, his diet is pretty strict. So this excess fat in thighs, I really like to cut it out because I don't like to give him. I find it lets out a lot of oil. That natural fat lets out a lot of oil, and it's not really, I don't really like the taste of it. So I just remove all the fat entirely. Oh, I didn't punch holes in this one. My bad. I'm not cooking today. I am just seasoning, well, cleaning and seasoning the chicken. I'm gonna let that marinate in the freezer. But what I would usually do with the chicken is bake it. Later today I do have to stew some chicken. Probably gonna make some black eyed peas if I get to come back live. Once my son is sleeping and I get to come back live, you could probably see how I stew chicken, as well as how I make my black eyed peas. Alright, because I do have to cook today. What special Trini dish is it? This isn't it isn't no particular Trini dish, but I do have a recipe on my page with how I would usually bake chicken. Yeah. So this isn't a specific Trini dish. However, the stew chicken is more of the Trini dish than the baked chicken, because I think that everybody could bake chicken in their own unique way. So yesterday I got to cut up my my whole chicken to stew today, and that's in the fridge because I did it like almost late yesterday evening. So that is in the fridge marinating, and I'm gonna cook that in a little bit. Well, after I eat breakfast, because I haven't had breakfast as yet. I just tried to tackle the chicken while the baby's asleep. My daughter, I mean, she's still a baby, but she is much more understanding than the baby. he likes to have a lot of my time where I hold him and, you know, really bond with him because he's only 6 months. So, yeah. Hello. So hi everyone, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. It's good to have you all here with me. For those of you who just tuned in, your husband gonna have a great night after stew chicken. Yeah, he loves my cooking. He truly prefers not to buy fast food and to have me and that I cook it, because most fast food dishes I can cook. So he truly prefers that I cook over us buying food. But some days are really hectic when I have a lot of other things to take care of in the house, or on days that I have clients. So some days I actually need to buy food if I didn't get a chance to prepare food as I would like to. Like if I didn't get a chance to meal prep, yeah, sometimes I have to buy food. Especially on days where I may get a client at a late notice. But he doesn't always eat like the stew chicken often, because he's on a more strict diet than I am. So I would usually cut off, I think this is like the butt part of the chicken, so I would usually cut that off and then remove the skin from the chicken. Because what I notice, especially with thighs, when you bake the chicken with the skin on thighs, it releases a lot of oil, a lot of fat, which in my opinion doesn't taste good. So I like to remove it entirely. I don't like to cook it. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. My husband was probably actually calling me to tell me that he reached the work. Yeah, so I'm just cleaning this up right now. Good, so I have a whole bag here. I think it's probably about 12 leg and thighs that I have in this bag here. So you see this part behind here? This is an absolute no KFC. I actually have not bought KFC in quite a while. Could be almost 4 years. Here we prefer to buy like Royal Castle or Popeyes or Church's Chicken over KFC. It just tastes better. So if I do have to reach for fries and chicken, I will probably go to those places. And of course you do have to remove this. Yeah, I love Popeyes. I love their fries. I don't really eat McDonald's. Alright, thanks. So I'm just punching some holes in there. This bowl could hold a few more. I fine. So all this excess, this is just skin and fat. Alright, so that has to be removed. Yeah, I like Mountain Dew also. Actually, my husband bought me one last week when we were doing errands, and I felt like I haven't had Mountain Dew in quite a while. Difficult to come off just by pulling at it, so when it does soak in the vinegar for a bit, that's gonna help take it off really well. I'm not gonna cut myself. So I think this bowl is pretty full here. I'm gonna turn it here. So this is the bowl here. I'm gonna drain this out like that. I'm going to add back some more water. And as you wash it off, some of the fat is gonna make itself easier to come off also. Like that. I don't really have a measurement for the vinegar. Thank you. I don't really have a measurement for the vinegar, but this is the vinegar that I use. And based on the amount of chicken here, I just like that. And I'm just gonna let that soak. So I'm gonna put this on the table. Alright, so that's one bowl down. Oops, I have to open my cupboard. So I have another bowl here that I'm going to clean the balance. I'm not even sure how much hold in that bowl there. Yeah. Like I said, I like to just punch holes in them so that the seasoning can really soak into that chicken really well. And I like to remove the skin. Also, the skin usually tends to have some feathers on them. Of recent, the ones that we have purchased have gotten a lot of feathers still stuck to the chicken, so I just entirely remove the skin because I don't want to be eating any feathers. No, thank you. Right, so hi everyone, welcome. If you all are new here and you're now tuning in, earlier on what we did is we burned some fig leaf that is for pastel later down in the month, and I still have some more leaf to burn because I have to go pick some more from by a friend's house. And now I'm just cleaning some leg and thighs, and I'm gonna season it so that it's prepared for my husband for when I have to cook it for him. I don't like to clean and season same day that I'm cooking. I like to give the chicken enough time to marinate with the seasoning. Which is usually a minimum of 2 days. Sometimes I get to season for like a whole week, but not all the time that time permits. Hello, welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. And for those of you who have been here from the start of the live, which is like 43 minutes ago, thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you all are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications for when I do go live or when I post and upload to my channel. My channel is strictly more on the side of me cooking and showcasing things that I do with my family. So you are gonna see some food prep. I'm just prepping food right now. I'm not cooking actually. I'm just prepping meat. So I'm prepping chicken. And this is gonna make my week much easier because I tend to bake chicken almost every other day. So I don't want to have to clean chicken tomorrow. So this is more like a meat prep, as well as earlier on what I did do is I did prep some banana leaves. That's for pastel, if you know what that is. That is a Caribbean dish, specifically Trinidad. So I was prepping some fig leaf for pastel. Now I'm just prepping some chicken so that my week is much smoother when where cooking is concerned. Right. And the baby's asleep, so I'm trying to make the best of that time while he's sleeping to get what I need to get done. So that's what we're up to. We're not doing anything too much today. If I do get to come back live with me doing stewed chicken, I will be sure to do that. Because I have to cook for lunch today. I have 3 more leg and thighs to do before I season. So in total, I think I did like about 15 thighs here, 15 leg and thighs. I did take this out to thaw out yesterday evening, so I was only able to actually clean it this morning when it was fully thawed out because all the meat was very hard stuck together. Couldn't really separate it. Right, and after this one here, I'll have one more. Go check him now. Alright, so my time is truly wrapping up because I think the baby's gonna wake up pretty soon. I have my baby cam on him. I actually have to go check the baby right now, so I'm just gonna be right back. 1 second, guys. I have to wash my hands. I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, and like I said, the baby's up, guys. Say hi. He just woke up. So this is the baby. But I did get to season, well, clean all of the chicken. So it's just to season it. However, I have to go take care of him. So guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope you all really enjoy the process of food prepping with me. I will try to come back on later on during the day to possibly, give that to me please, possibly to cook. We'll see how that goes, but for now that's it. Thank you guys so very much. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.